Rakesh sir, please go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon to all the participants, speaker and leaders of the ICAI. I, CA Rakesh Kumar Singhal, have immense pleasure to welcome all of you in today's webinar titled How to Attract Clients and Build Capacities under leadership of President of ICICI Charanjot Singh Nanda, Vice President ICICI Prasanna Kumar D, and Chairman of CMPCA Madhukar Narayan Hirange, Vice Chairman of CMPCA Satish Kumar Gupta, organized by Committee of Member in Practice ICAI. Today we have with us distinguished speaker on the subject, CA Guru Prashad Makan sir. Today webinar key areas are values, attitude to build, essential skill for visibility, specific for SMP and bigger firms, which is centered on how to attract clients and build capacities. This webinar have impact on all the chartered accountants, especially those who are in traditional practice. Attracting clients and building capacity for a chartered accountant involve a multifaceted approach: networking, skill development, technology adoption, upskilling and reskilling, continuous professional development, and staying updated with industry trends are crucial for maintaining expertise and offering valuable services. I look forward to engaging with all of you in today's webinar, which is on very important subject, how to attract clients and build capacities. Now, I welcome Chairman of CMP, CA Madhukar Narayan Hirange sir, and we are honored to have you with us today, sir. Hirange sir is a visionary leader. He has 37 years of post-qualification experience, is the founder partner of HNA and Company LLP, a co-author of 37 books, including 12 on GST, a mentor who has created over 500 committed professional leaders, a Central Council member of ICCI during term 2010 to 13, 2016 to 19, and current period 2025 to 28. A passionate advocate for governance reforms, starting from the Central Council, a visionary committed to enabling capacity building in 10 new non-traditional area of SMP. Now I request you, sir, for your welcome address and opening remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Rakesh Singhal, and I hope that you will be introducing Guru after my talk. I am convinced that this webinar series can be a game changer if we keep calling people who can share fully. There is no secret. When me and Guru sit together, we wonder why chartered accountants are not doing the following 5 things. If they do the following 5 things, there will be not a single chartered accountant who will say, I don't have work. But I will stop here. I have lots to say and I have a lot of opportunity. I would like to listen to Guru. And maybe after 1 hour, if Guru can permit, he can give me some 5 minutes. I will like to add in between. But I would like to listen to him for the next 1 hour. That is till whatever, 2 o'clock.
Madhukar, whenever you want to, it would be wonderful if you could stop me, interrupt, and you're such a close friend and a senior in the profession. It would be a joy the more you stop me.
Okay, I will try not to. You know me, I am terrible at this.
Thank you, sir, for your visionary words. Vice Chair of CMP, CA Satish Kumar Gupta ji is supposed to join the webinar, but he is stuck in Georgia due to continue of war between Israel and Iran. Let me now introduce a distinct speaker, CA Guru Prashad Makan. Makan sir is a very highly educated personality having advances management program IIMB, qualified in service professional IIBI, constitution law, ISBR in progress, certification Gita, Chinmaya Institution in progress, core committee member of CESS associated with Chanakya University. He is founder of Guru and Jana, functional responsibility CEO, founder Vardhan, a boutique social responsibility advisory firm with JB with Rafa USA, and founder Pathway, a SEBI registered angel investment fund. Now he has a vision to clone the firm The new vision is titled Yarado, signifying second one, would create a fund based on values and highest level of professional ethics. Guru and Jana, a 700 pupil homegrown fund with a vision Yarado, a fully paperless, carbon neutral, lockless office, no dustbin, solar powered, with a belief system, earned we will and we should, but with dignity, joy, and trust. He has contributed to ICICI in many different key roles. He was speaker in one of the largest attended webinar of ICI in excess of 1 lakh viewers. He is author and co-author of various international Indian magazines and books. He was featured in the best-selling book Breakthrough by Mega Bajaj. Over to you, Makan sir. Sir, participants are requested to post their query in relevant section, and we will take the query after the session of the Makam sir.
Rakesh ji,
Makam sir.
thank you very much, and Madhukar, thank you very much. Always a pleasure to come to the alma mater. That is what gave us birth. And amazing work. This is a strange topic. I didn't expect that we would have a national conference on this topic. But having said that, this is a very important topic. Because as chartered accountants, we are used to have topics on GST, taxation. Seldom we have topics on management. And maybe that could be the crux of the difference between most of the IAM guys, because our domain knowledge is fantastic. But management skills is what we have to show up our skills. So I'll just, before I show my presentation, etc., what I would request you is two things. One, all the things I'll be telling you can be implemented within 1 day, except the first one, which is a strategy. Anything else which I would discuss with you can be done in 1 day. So whenever things are coming, I'll at least share around 30 instances of what can be done in each of our firms. And most of you may be doing it. There is no rocket science. As it is always told, ideas are a dime a dozen. But how do we implement it is everything. I can give you 300 ideas, but how do we implement it is very, very difficult. In fact, when Rakesh ji was introducing, he told we are a paperless office. We were paperless from 2010, not because of COVID. But having said that, implementation was a very, very painful thing. There are disagreements, there are arguments, there are revolts, but finally one person has to stand up and implement it. So I will share my screen now. I have made a short presentation, and unfortunately today we don't work on a Saturday, so I don't have anybody in the office to help me out if any tech goes down. But at the same time, it's quite difficult to speak, especially on the context that I am only seeing the screen and nothing else. At least I'm able to see Madhukar and Rakesh ji. To that extent, I have something went wrong. Hold on, sir. I'll share again. Is it visible, sir?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
visible.
Wonderful, sir. So this is the topic given. My name is Guru Prasad. I'm a chartered accountant in practice. I have loved my practice. I started in 2003. And we would like to have deliberations. This is what I will try to have it as contents today. Please deliberate as much as possible. I'll try to stop maybe by 2:15, 2:30. So the more we have discussions among us, it would be very good. You may have a sip of coffee or a roti, but just mind you, there are some 29 things in this presentation. In 2 sips of coffee and having a roti, you may miss 2 important things. So keep an eye, have your dinner, have your lunch. I mean, dinner also, somebody is in Georgia. Having said that, whatever we would do today has to be within our code. Code is our fulcrum. That is how we are all surviving as chartered accountants. Without the code, it would have become a red ocean. And that is our gravity all over. We will cover 3 things. What are the strategies? What is actually the meaning of a strategy? How does it help? Many of us always have, jo bhi mil jaye, wo karunga. So that becomes very, very difficult. So we'll have to be very strategic in what we are doing, how we are building up. As all of you, there is no rocket science in what work anybody does. We also do GST planning. We do GST returns, TDS returns, PF, ESI, statutory audits, tax audit. There's no rocket science in that. All of us do the same work. That would be one part I would like to discuss. The second is how do we develop clients? And today, sitting here, we would have clients across the country. How do you develop client has to be work. It cannot happen just like that. And most of it, I have done it as to-do activity. I've given some 22 to-do possible things. See, why I've titled it as to-do is whatever ideas are there, we have to do it. Unless we do it, we'll not reach anywhere. And most of it is not what I have built here or done here. It's not about my firm, it's about the profession. I picked it up from many firms from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. I visited Cuttack also because I could see Jagannath Puri behind Rajesh ji. So I expected he would be from Orissa. I visited so many states, so many cities, and picked it up how each person is doing. And we have an amazing profession. We need to love this profession, learn from this profession, and move ahead. Now let us look at what is a strategic planning. This slide would be theoretical, only this slide. After this slide, everything is going to be what has happened already or what we can do. And you'll be surprised that I have 50 slides, but don't worry. It will just slip as if it is slipping your coffee. It will just move fast. Now, most of us, when we start planning our practice or our profession, we always work on the concept that काम आ जाएगा देखते हैं, work will come, let's see. Now, that is where most of us are failing. If you look at large MNC firms, they didn't start that way. They had a pure, clear strategy what they have to do. We have strategies in making our cosmetics across the world. We have strategies in winning elections. We have strategies in ICAI. We have strategies in everything, in our share market. But except in our practice, we don't do strategy. We always tell this year, kuch karenge. I have a hunch this could happen or that could happen. Maybe we'll try this luck. Who the hell knows what is happening? नहीं इस पर खत्म हो गया, next year try करेंगे. Now, strategy cannot be like that. I'll give you a few theoretical examples of strategy. You have to understand nothing works, but at the same time, everything works. So nothing works, but at the same time, everything works. Everything is in our hand. So you may find a theoretical, this is not practical. I mean, I always keep telling you, the fact that it is not practical, we should do it. We are the smallest professional body in terms of size. Engineers are in millions. They are only 3.5 lakh of people. We need to make it happen. I'll give you some example. Look at this 15.1.2. This is a part of a shareholders agreement. Many of you would have seen a shareholders agreement when a VC fund invests in a startup, or when there is a partner which is investing in another firm, or even assume your own firms, you are taking a new partner inside. You will have specific clauses in the shareholders agreement, partnership deed, or anything. Let me read out this clause to you. The statutory auditors will be selected by the board. I've just put a dummy name, that's not the real name. Subject to applicable law. The company shall appoint the founders, shall ensure the company shall appoint one Big 4, Big 5 accountancy firms and any other auditor acceptable by the board as their statutory auditor. Now, let us make it quite clear amongst all of us. We always keep looking at Big 4 are big, the others are small. But there is so much to learn from them. There is so much to imbibe, a lot of beautiful things we can pick up. We need to aspire to reach there. And always need to look at what can I pick up from them. When I meet Rakesh ji next time, I'll just pick up what can I see from him. So when I do these slides, you should never think against anybody. You should think, okay, what is it I can do as an individual? What is my circle of influence? We cannot tell I'm sitting in Siliguri or Silchar or I'm sitting in Jammu. Pura business Bombay mein ho raha hai, Pune mein ho raha hai, or Bangalore mein ho raha hai. But having said that, I have clients in Jammu also. We can't be telling that it is not in my circle of influence. It is only then worry factor. I mean, we need to drive into a situation, what can I do? Look at this beautiful thing. The poem has become a song for many MNC firms. If you see the right side, blue color one, LP1, LP2, LP3 is there. So what is the meaning of LP1, LP2, LP3? Limited partners. This is a VC fund. Foreign companies are setting up a VC fund in India. Lot of economy, whether it is a private equity fund or a venture capital fund or a mutual fund, or a financial institution, most of it functions in this. Now, there are 1,000 investors. Now, each of us invest in mutual fund. 10,000 people form a mutual fund. Like that, in US, in Scandinavia, in UK, London, China, these investors will put money in a Mauritius entity. Mauritius entity will put money in a SEBI registered trust in India. The SEBI registered trust will have a portfolio company. That means they invest in startups, they invest in equity market, they invest in mutual fund market, they may invest in proper industries. What I define as proper industries, manufacturing companies, we don't know. But who is the Mauritius entity is very, very vital for us to understand. Because this is the entity which has put the clause of this. The statutory auditors shall be selected by this and the big four will have to do it. There's nothing wrong in doing this. They have an added advantage. They have the infrastructure. They have the bandwidth to set up an office in Mauritius. I don't have it. But I could learn something from this and tell, okay, is this the way it works? Now, this entity will sign most of the shareholders agreement. When they sign most of the shareholders agreement, the people who control this entity can swing certain things. So this is a strategy. If the strategy is, if a foreign investor is coming to India, how do we get work from them? Most of us will think if a foreign investor is coming to India, I have to have a beautiful deck or I have to have a website, and this website they will see and come. Nobody will come, sir. Nobody will come, sir. But this strategy tells that I'll have to plug them in Mauritius itself. So how do I reach Mauritius? Maybe difficult for many of us seeing this seminar. Maybe possible for a few of us, or somebody may be doing it already also. If you look at this in most cases, if you look at the strategies used by MNC firms, I use the word MNC firm for large global firms. When you talk about Mauritius, how did Mauritius become a tax haven? How did Papua New Guinea become a tax haven? How did Luxembourg become a tax haven? Somebody would have suggested to the government. Who is that somebody is very vital? Who is that somebody is extremely important? Now, there is a very beautiful case study which I studied in IIM, where they told Amaravati became the capital of Andhra Pradesh, or for that matter, even the Kumbh Mela was done by one of the MNC firms. Somebody is advising them. Who is designing the policy for seconding staff to draft laws and public advocacy? Now, transfer pricing, who is designing this transfer pricing mechanism? There has to be a chartered accountant who is helping somebody on this. Where I am coming from is, the global firms have their own strategies. Now, we are all Indian firms. I presume most of us are practicing chartered accountants. I would expect some from the multinational firms be watching this. But each firm has their own advantage. Every firm has their own advantage. Now, if I sit down here and tell, okay, the listed companies only go to the 100-year-old firms. I am a firm which started in 2003. There is no end for that. So each firm will have to have its own strategy. Just look at this point one. Somebody observed that there were a lot of farmers and workers. They don't have a shampoo. They can't keep the shampoo anywhere because they are all Angadwadi workers. So instead of the shampoo, he created a sachet, which is 1 rupee sachet, called, this is a small shampoo sachet which you can use. We are small firms. We are nimble-footed. We can take decisions like this. We can send proposals in 1 day, half a day. We can make closures because there is no hierarchy. But in a larger firm, it is not like that. There are 100 hierarchies even for a qualification of an audit report. So this point number 3, this gentleman C.K. Ranganathan, he created something called Kevin Care. All of us think Kevin Care is a nice foreign brand. It is absolutely no. It came from our famous Tamil Nadu. He created these beautiful sachets and he gave a run for the Hindustan Levers of the world. So as each of our chartered accountancy firms, we may be a 10-member firm, we may be a 100-member firm, we may be a 700 people firm. We have to build strategies which help us grow. Where are we going? Look at this. Where is the money for building strategy? I make a turnover of 2 crores. I have a profit of 1 crore. In that 1 crore, I take it home. I have a beautiful house. I have a luxury car. I have a Skoda. I have a Mercedes Benz. Everything okay. But in case I have to do strategy, where is the money? If you look at Grant Thornton, they got investments from New Mountain Capital. Baker Tilly got investments. PKF got investments. Carr Riggs and Ingram got investments. Why our own Indian firms which consolidated beautifully in Bombay. They created Incorp. They got investments from Hill House Investments. And it's working fabulous. They've already consolidated at least 10 firms. And yesterday, when I was speaking to one of the Incorp partners, he was attending a conference in Tokyo. Now, where is the money? Today, VC funds are open to invest money in accounting firms. Having said that, they obviously cannot invest in a Guru Jana because we are controlled by Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. But we are all masters of structures. There is a structure where consulting firm can be outside. We have to ensure conflict of interest is not there. Obviously, we have to ensure that there is a Chinese wall. All those neatness we have to ensure. Before we go ahead, one thing I would always like to state at this stage is, I had a concern in 2006 or 2007. We are working very hard. How come we are not growing? We are 30 people, and when this is the only place I will talk about our firm. Nowhere else it will be about our firm. And then 2005, I felt nothing is happening. 2008, nothing is happening. We were 35 people. 2009, we were 40 people. 2020, we became 550 people in 10 years. I did two important trajectories. One, I went to IIM. It really opened up my eyes. But what you can do is the second one. I spoke to my teacher, Mahatreya, and told him, why is it we are not growing? He gave only one sentence. Clean your bottle from inside. Outside will take care of itself. Now, many of us will have to work on this. Clean your bottle from inside. Whenever you are looking at the entire next slides, all from now on will be to do. Where is the money? This is an extract of a proposal of a MNC firm. Just the India operation setup, fixed fee engagement, $365,000. $365,000 to advise how a company should come to India, how to incorporate a company, GST, TDS, profession tax, PT, PF, ESI, labor regulations. All of us know it. Who doesn't know about this? What is valuation? What has to be filed in RBI? Everybody knows it. But the question arises, how is it a larger firm is able to attract $365,000, where if I'm charging 8 lakh rupees for this, people are telling it is high? There must be something wrong if the product is exactly the same. How come the fee is so different? Now let us look at the next of the steps. Where we are making a mistake is we are not catching the bus. If you see Enron and SOX, I met some chartered accountants in Surat, some in Ahmedabad, where they were doing SOX practice. Enron happened, SOX came in. SOX took the turnover of Big Four from $28 billion to $72 billion. That was the size of growth in SOX. $1 billion is 9,000 crores. But where it happened in all these things is this slide. We are all acting after the event has happened. I'm sorry, I'll keep sipping once a while. We act after the event happens. One example I can tell you is peer review board is doing a fantastic exercise today. Now, only when a peer review board has changed its guidelines and a new peer review manual has come in, that time only we are realizing, arey, ye sab karna padega. That means we are catching the bus after it has happened. We are reactionary. We are not proactive. Look at SA 600. What does SA 600 tell? The principal firm will decide who is the subsidiary company auditors. If the principal firm is a Big Four, who will be the subsidiary auditors? Let us see how it is transpired. 2007 it started. It started as a guide to principal auditors. It was only a guide. 2010, it was updated to align to ISA 600. It is the international standard of 600. 2013, integration with the Companies Act. 2019, Cafe Day camps happened. All of us have read about Cafe Day. Now, who did the scam? All of us know who did the scam. But 2022, SA 600 was aligned to ISA 600 and it was issued. And 2024, of course, the institute did fantastic in that. NAFRA approved and revised the SA 600, even though there were a lot of controversies around that. Now we are waking up what is happening in SA 600. But it is a share market. All of us know what will happen in share market. We know if Sindoor is going outside the India, market will rise, market will collapse, we are going to buy. There we are reacting proactively. But here we are reacting reactively. So from here, we'll go into a to-do mode. This is to-do one. I think now the time is 1:25. I have used 15 minutes for giving you what is the strategy. I met one chartered accountant who was having these three big issues. I don't want to go to income tax department. Well, income tax, if you don't go, kya karte aap? I don't want to go to the income tax department. I don't want to go to GST department because there is too much of litigation, there is corruption. I don't want to take term loan. I don't want to take any company which has got a term loan or a working capital loan because that fellow will come for stock adjustment. I'm not interested in doing stock adjustment. So which is this company where there is no income tax? Which is this company where there is no GST? Which is this company where there is no term loan stock adjustment? I was asking him. Then immediately he told, sir, I will take only a company where there is no GST output. What do you mean? That means you will not get any money at all. No, they should have a lot of money. They should have tons of money. They should not have GST output. If the GST officer disallows the input, I'm not bothered. Income tax, I'm not bothered because this company in its lifetime will not make profits. So even if he adds the debit side of the profit and loss account, I am not bothered. If he doesn't give me TDS refund, I don't care because the company has enough money and they don't take loans. What is the strange practice you are doing? He built this with a single strategy, almost 150 people firm in 2 years. He just went behind only VC funded companies. He just went behind only foreign companies coming to India. He went to Chamber of Commerce of Germany and became a member. And he concentrated only on German Chamber of Commerce and German clients. They will just come here as a shop. They set a subsidiary in India. No taxation issues because it's transfer pricing. Maximum, what is the big difficulty? Whether it is 14%, 18%, or they'll go to safe harbor rules. No big deal. There is no GST output because it's export of services. No loan. Now, this is a beautiful strategy to adopt. Something like this is what each of us have to think. If you look at this is another chartered accountant who created this wonderful Hindu symbols, which is the symbol of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. What do you mean by Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh? What is your strategy? He told, Guru, I would like to look at a company which liquidates. I want to incorporate such a company. Well, this is a strange business model. I don't think this will ever work. I met him after 1 year. He was having 9 clients where he was supporting the clients from the time incorporation happened. He supported them in accounting, payroll, all the taxes, all the future, everything. He supported the client for getting statutory audit done because he's a consultant. He can't do statutory audit. And he knew the company will collapse. And when he has supported the company for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, Mahesh will come to him only. The liquidation will come to him. Most of these companies are technocrats. So if a venture fail, they just want to somebody to take over 8 years of books of accounts. Baba, you take care. Just make sure that no notice comes to me. How much you want for liquidation? 40 lakhs. Baba, you take care. I just want to go back to a corporate branch. Now look at this guy who has gotten 9 companies which went into liquidation in the 3rd year of practice. He incurred a loss in the 1st year. He incurred a loss in the 2nd year because Brahma and Vishnu. Brahma is incorporation and Vishnu is sustaining, accounting, payroll, monthly returns. He incurred a loss for 2 years. 3rd year, he had a profit because all these years he was charging 20,000, 25,000, 30,000. But 3rd year, he made 40 lakhs into 9. To build up a profit of 4 crores, I may need to do a turnover of 25 crores. Now, this is what is a strategy which can be played in. This could be something where each of you could work on. If you look at now, all of us are stressed out. Professional work, the left side where the red color bar is there, that is where we are all sitting today as existing chartered accountants of Bharat. Professional work is touching 85% of our time. Infrastructure issues is touching 20% of our time. That includes HR issues, that includes issues of internet, computers taking a Microsoft license. I want to learn. That is taking 20%. Department work is taking 25% of my time. That means I'm working 140% of what I'm supposed to work. I was just recently in San Francisco. I was working with some CPA firms. Everybody went home at 6 o'clock. I told her, in India, 6 o'clock koi nahi jata hai. We are all putting in so much efforts, but our returns are very less. Now, this is where we need to look at the right side, new work, where we have to concentrate and pull out 20% of our time on business development. Business doesn't grow from 20 people to 700 people without doing business development. We have business development. Nobody pays for that. Partners don't pay for that. Institute has got a code of ethics. We can't do too many things in business development. But at the same time, Institute is quite flexible. It has given us many, many options how to get a client. How do we get client? First thing you have to ensure is make time for getting clients. Clients don't come and fall at your table, sir. Hum bahar jana padega. How do we get clients? By telling, okay, I met somebody in the reception, I made distributed visiting cards. No, we are not going to get clients like that. I fixed up for a CFO on LinkedIn and went and made my profile presentation. We are not going to get clients for that. I created a beautiful website and nobody is coming to see my website. These are all only dressing. Dressing, in fact, in many clients, once you go and make a client pitch, after that only he'll go and see your website. Till that time, he has not even seen your website. So you'll have to know that just by having a beautiful visiting card, designing a logo, having a website, having a beautiful laptop, and knowing too much on income tax, I'm the only guy who handles tribunals. That won't get work, sir. Work is getting business is itself work. And that is where I'm coming to the next slide. So first thing you have to do in to-do number 3 is pull out time. I started doing this at 2010 and told, okay, every Friday, second half, I'm not going to work. I would like to work on only business development. Now, of course, as the organization grows, our time on business development increases. But having said that, we are all professionals. Our love is in studying income tax. I would love to have the game of section 147 and 148 more than business development. I would love to go and file a GST return. Because that is what we all having the passion of doing things. And audit really excites me. Fighting with a client for a accounting standard 9 issue. I still, even today, I get excited about audit. But having said that, BD is real work. Some of the things where we are making some basic things. Consolidation of resources, I'll talk about it in to-do number 8 or 9. We need to stop thinking that individuals can achieve something. We need to develop organizations. I'll give you more details of that, including how to draft your partnership deed, those type of things. Consolidation of technology. I recently met one firm in Bombay with 600, 700 people, another firm in Delhi, 700 people, fabulous firms. And we told, why don't we all 3 of us join together? We'll be 2,000 people. Can we negotiate with Lenovo for a better deal? Now, Lenovo gave us a fabulous deal. For 2,000 people, we'll be buying 600 computers. Lenovo gave an unbelievable deal. Microsoft gave us a fantastic deal. Consolidation of technology is very important. Point number 3, sir, I am talking today. Madhukar sir has told sometimes it can be 1,000 people attending the webinar. Sometimes it can be 10,000 people. We don't know. Honestly, heart in heart, how many of you will give me work? Guru is doing a seminar for us, so I'll give him a tax audit. How many of you will give me work? Nobody will give me work. Now, instead of, I'm doing this purely out of the respect I have for my alma mater, the amount of work which is done by the alma mater. And if you see the amount of beauty of things which are happening, yeah, there are 100 negatives to point out, but there are a lot of positives. But trust me, if you see the top 3 logos, NVCA, IVCA, SAS Bhumi. SAS Bhumi is a beautiful model. There is a Head Start Foundation. In Bangalore, there is a NSR cell in IAM. In IAMA, there is IAM Ventures. In IIITB, there is an incubation center. They all conduct events. Now, where should I be present in order to get, in order to get claims? If I go to the CA Institute Global Conference, I meet all my beautiful friends. I learn subject. I know what to do. I have some fabulous speakers. I'll never miss that. But for client development, I'll go to SASBO. I'll go to Head Start Foundation. Point 4, please don't think we know everything. Point 4 and 5 is hand in hand. Point 4, I made a specific mention. I was meeting a chartered accountancy firm who had a football coach as a board member. They had a governance board. Small firm, not a big firm. 5 people, partners, 40 people. And they had a board. I was telling me, who all you have at the board? I expected they'll have a chartered accountant, they'll have a company secretary. They had a football coach. I was wondering why. He told us what is aggression. He told us how do I go about it. Now, a business coach is very, very essential. I don't think anybody would become professionally big unless we have a coach. And know that we are not in a bed of roses. Technology disruption is crazy. Recently, Institute had conducted one artificial intelligence course. Hats off to the Institute here. They have conducted 500 sit-down workshops for 3 days. That means 9 sessions per day into 500 into 3. And each session, each sort of workshop has got 70 people. That means you have trained 35,000 people in 6 months. Exception. And there I realized artificial intelligence is doing quite a lot of things. We are not in the bed of roses. It is going to disrupt quite a lot. And NAFRA has come up with a thought sometime in October 2022 or 2023, I don't remember. Audit fee is expensive, so is audit required? What sort of understanding is this? Audit is not a question of cost. We need to provide value to the organization, and without audit, how is it a client will know what is right, what is wrong? Most important point number 8, if you want to grow in business, you have to build your narrative. If each of you are a chartered accountancy firm and your narrative is, I am sitting in Bhagalpur, I don't have any scope of work of expansion, there is nothing here. In Bhagalpur is a wrong example, I'll just tell XYZ. I am sitting in XYZ place, there is too much of corruption, there is conversion, only nonsense happens here, I can't grow. Build your narrative. If you look at the entire political system today, it's a narrative. Elections are run on narratives. They created bad narratives and got some seats. Freebie is a narrative. If you look at that way, if you look at any of the large firms, the narrative has been built over years. What is the narrative? We are large firms. We don't do things like what small firms do. We are large firms. We qualify. We don't do as if other firms don't qualify. Everybody qualify. How many of us sign a wrong balance sheet? Nobody. Handful of us sign a wrong balance sheet. Yeah, there is a black sheep in profession. Nobody is telling no. But majority are good sheep. But the narrative is, I'll take you to the last slides, which I've got evidences which tell what is the narrative. The narrative is only XYZ firm can do this job. Nobody else can do this. If you look at XPRL return when it came, it was such a big thing. No, small firms can't do it. Right? The word used is small firm. Specifically, they don't use the word SME firms or local firms. It is never the word domestic firms. It's always the word local firms. Now that's a narrative. When XPRL came, when transfer pricing came, it was told that nobody else can do it, only few people can do it. We need to have databases, it's very complex. XPRL has got a code. And then when I was looking at it in 3 months, somebody in Surat is sitting and doing it for $10,000. The narrative was broken, but by that time, narrative was already built. Now, if you see SA600, it's a clean case of narrative. SA600 is a narrative built telling that small firms will not do proper subsidiary company audits. I don't think that is true. There are fantastic auditors, 100 people company having 6 partners who have been ex-presidents of the institute, doing more than 20 global MNC listed company top audits, and their quality is much better than anybody else. No scams have happened there. So the narrative is very, very vital. So just to sum up this slide, have a look at this. I'll jump to 5. And you need to be very cautious in your strategy. A company became a carbon neutral. What do you mean by carbon neutral? That means I don't use carbon, I save carbon. That means I don't have air condition. I try to get solar power. I have plants in the office. Examples of carbon neutral. Large firms can never become carbon neutral because they're very large. They're 50,000 people, 20,000 people, 8,000 people. They need air conditioning. They need generator systems. They need exhaust systems. A firm with 500 people, 1,000 people can easily become carbon neutral, especially coming from a city like Bangalore. This is only an example I'm giving you. Now, when a carbon neutral is there, how is it related to business development? Very simple, sir. There is a European cartel which tells we are also carbon neutral. We respect carbon neutral companies and we go back to their vendor policies. All of them have it in their websites. They have a huge vendor policy. If you scout around 100 vendor websites, 100 company websites in Germany or Scandinavia, 100, 200, any of your article clerk can do it. They will have their vendor policy, go down to the vendor policy, identify that particular point where there is, we would like to work with carbon neutral companies. Such a beautiful business strategy. And write to them telling that, look, I'm a carbon neutral company. I'm a chartered accountancy firm in India. I would like to learn how are you also carbon neutral. I'm not asking for work, sir. I'm only telling them, please tell me how are you carbon neutral. And keep in touch. Do visit my website. You will know some ways how I have done carbon neutral. Fabulous. Look at this. Israel, can I help, please? There is a war in Israel right now. Israel is a fairly rich country. Point one. Point two, Israel has a trade commission in most of the big cities in the country. Point three, Israel has an embassy in India. Point four, go to any of the databases, you will find out how many Israeli companies are coming to India. Hundreds of them. Most of the defense are Israeli companies. Now, don't get sides here. Israelis party A, some other countries party B, USA is party C. So no. We are talking about chartered accountancy firms. I'm not looking at sides here. Now, when you look at Israel itself, if I can write a letter to all these companies, you are all undergoing war. We also had a war with Pakistan where we finished them within 3 days. Another 2 days, we could have wiped them out. But having said that, I'll not write all that in the mail what I sent to them. You had a war. I know you are in a lot of difficulty. People are not able to come to office. Just as a part of my CSR initiative, in case you need any help, please do fall back upon us. We have a team. I can do it free of cost. Oh, what a fantastic strategy is this. Now, if there is 2 Israeli CPA firms who can respond to you out of 100, you have developed a bond with an international firm. That bond will never break all this life. Now, this is where each of us have to do something to get work. We can't just be telling, I'll send a brochure, kaam mil jayega. I'll send a write-up, or I'll write in LinkedIn about tax audit, work will come. No, sir, you'll only get likes. Some of them will also avoid giving you likes so that they don't want you to become popular. Most of them will avoid you becoming likes. NGO, how are you, my lady? Now, if you look at any of the chartered accountancy firms, we don't want to do work of NGOs because compliances are too much. Too many compliances. And what a NGO will pay me? Sir, corporate will pay me 2 lakhs, NGO will pay me 15,000. Mera paas paise nahi hai. I'm an orphanage. You have to do free work for me. You have to file 10BD. Please help me. Now, most CAs don't want to do NGOs. Just observe this strategy. One of them came with this strategy telling that, who runs these NGOs? He identified 100 NGOs. Who are these people who are running this NGO? We identified out of this 100, 20 NGOs. These 20 NGOs were run by spouses of MDs of large corporates. Wipro's MD is running an NGO. Infosys MD, of course, Infosys MD, wife Narayana Murthy's wife Sudha Murthy madam has become a large corporate in the NGO. I'm not talking of that big NGO, smaller NGOs, where nobody wants to do their work. I would like to do that work. Now, when I do that work as an investment, I'm doing social work, I'm doing social good, I'm contributing to the profession, I'm doing it at a loss. I may make a break even or I may make 5,000 rupees. But what is very vital is I'm meeting that madam's mind and telling that, look, there is a firm which is professionally doing work. Now, where does this go? This goes to the boardroom, this goes to the drawing room. 50% of the business gets developed here. To do 7, ICAC is telling no branding. I agree totally with you. There is no need of branding. But when Rakesh ji was introducing me, he was telling it's a paperless office. That is branding. I never asked Rakesh ji to tell me I'm a paperless office. Perfect branding. And Rakesh ji, in some seminars they introduced, we filed the returns in India as the first in India. First in a billion. We never went and told anywhere we are a first in a billion. We filed the returns on 1st April. Now that is branding. Institute has not told you cannot file your returns on 1st April. Institute has not told I cannot have a Krishna statue. I don't know how many of you can see this, but I'll just try to see this. In case you can see in the back, he's standing there, the beautiful Krishna. Institute has never told that I can't have a Krishna statue in my office. This Krishna statue was done by Arun Yogiraj of the Ayodhya fame. Now, what is Krishna gives me blessings, no doubt. But there are ways where the institute has told you can do. Work can be done that way. To do. Now, please be aware, these tools we are discussing is only illustrative. I'm not recommending any tool. It is up to you to choose any tool. Till 2022, Institute also kept on talking about you have to use practice management software. Institute made seminars, Institute made webinars. Now, all of a sudden, the Institute has stopped practice management software. Nobody is talking about it. 2024, as I told you now, already 35,000 chartered accountants are trained by the Institute in top class artificial intelligence certification courses. I attended the course, exceptional course, 3 days in 5-star hotels, hardly charging any money, almost free or break even. Now, Institute is only talking about artificial intelligence. 2026, again, the technology will change. 2028, it will change. 2030, again, it will change. So we need to understand tech will change. We have to invest in tech in order to grow. To do 9, all these days, it was only thinking about many to one. That means I'm doing GST, I'm doing TDS, I'm doing corporate law, I'm doing valuation, I'm doing audit. I digitize everything and bring it to the practice management tool. Today, everything is different. Practice management tool for audit is different. For accounting, we use Zoho, we use Central, we use Microsoft NetSuite, Tally, ERP. Corporate law has got different tools. Office management has got different tools. Now again, it is going back from one to many. So what happened in 2022 will not work in 2024. AI has taken over quite a lot. I'll just make this small video presentation. Have a look at this beautiful video. It costs around, I'll not play the full one. I hope, Madhukar, if in case audio
Hi,
is coming, you can
directors.
just show thumbs
I'm
up.
Rosa, your new virtual colleague of XXX.
Perfect.
I'm here to provide you brief insights about the compliance overview of
See here, this is a
TDS
compliance
payments,
overview.
GST return filings, PF returns, PT returns, bookkeeping and MIS report. We have ensured that the company has filed all monthly compliance within the due dates. TDS XX. The books are reconciled with the website balances as on XXX and there are no differences. This is a screenshot from the income tax portal. It indicates that the returns are filed within due date in the
So if you look at this presentation, what I showed you, this is an artificial intelligence tool. You just key in the numbers, you key in the charts. In maximum 20 minutes, you get a video like this. And you know how much the video costs? The video costs about 250 rupees. Once a year, if I can send a presentation like this to the client and tell him WhatsApp when you're in the car, WhatsApp me ek baar dekh lo sir. Now the client is thinking, wow, this firm is sending me a video. And the best part is there are around 2,000 girls and 2,000 boys who will come and speak for you. You can choose whatever you want. You can choose a Assamese man or a Rajasthani man or a South Indian girl. You can choose what you want. And you can choose what language you want. And it is 200 bucks, 10 minutes. So if I have to increase fees of my client and if I want to grow, I will never send him a proposal. First, I'll send him this video. See what this video is. Sir, full year I've covered your GST. Monthly, everything is filed. I've done your TDS, everything is filed. I've done your PF, everything is filed. Now, this is where you make your presentations better. Look at this. All of you are in Microsoft. Who is not in Microsoft Excel? Everybody in the country is in Microsoft Excel. This is a simple tool called Microsoft OneNote. My friends, Microsoft OneNote is free of cost. Not a single rupee has to be paid because you already paid for the license fee of Microsoft. Point number 2, data is 100% secure because it is lying in the Microsoft Drive. Point number 3, you can organize your challans, your GST portal, your TDS portal. Instead of keeping it in your net drive or a central drive, you can just put it like this in the cloud. If you see here in the right side, yellow color is the TDS, April, May, June, July to March. Every month I have put the TDS challans here. As I go down in the real tool, I have put my GST returns, I put my PT returns, I put annual returns, I put income tax returns. Most of us are worried if I give all the data to the client, he'll take me and go. Because if your work is not good, he'll either way go. If the work is like this, why will he go? Now, this will give everything in a single floor. I can make year-wise things. Now, with this type of presentation, if I go back to the client and tell I want a 20% hike, from 2 lakhs, they'll make it 2 lakh 40. Nobody is going to hesitate for something like this. And the best part, it is available free of cost. And all of us have it in our desktop. As I told you, it's only a matter, and an article clerk can do your entire, if you have 200 corporates and 200 partnership firms and 200 individuals, 2 articles can finish it in 1 month. Your entire office is already systematic. And after that, you can pin up tools. For example, if I have working for 300 corporates, I have a API where it will go and search all these 300 OneNotes and give me a report on 17th. 20 clients have still not filed the GSTR. Then on 18th, it will tell 10 clients have not filed. Then on 20th morning, it will tell 3 clients have not filed. So only those 3 clients I have to go and speak to them. That means I'm having control of all the 200 clients. By doing 3 telephone calls, I call that fellow, was आपका TDS GST return file नहीं हुआ? क्या कुछ problem है? I can understand, do better. No, that is how you control offices. Look at this. I was telling how do you get claims? Simple spreadsheet. Left side is name of the company. Some dummy names, please. Niemann's, Quartec Services, some Electro, Nextrack Lab, some dummy names I've given. Second column, we have put the brand name. Third column is the MCA return filed in due date. Fourth column is the legal name as per MCA return. Have they put the name as per the MCA return? Is the registered office address? This all in the website. In the website disclosure as per the corporate law affairs. Address of the registered office, red color faces is, that means it is not filed. SIN number is not in the websites, that means not done. Email ID is not in the website, not done. Telephone number is not in the website. Annual returns have to be uploaded into the website. Charge on assets, is it disclosed? Number of directors, is it disclosed? Now somebody has invested in this company, these 10 companies. Now these 10 companies have got different auditors, different cities, different countries maybe, we don't know. Now I go to that somebody and send him this Excel spreadsheet and tell him, I am a practicing chartered accountant in India, Bangalore. I don't need work. I'm just trying to alert you as a part of my responsibility that in some of your cases you have red color dots. Please consult your chartered accountants to get it right. That's all I'll do. I'm not asked for work, sir. I'm just sending a one-to-one letter to somebody. If you look at this, after 1 month or 2 months, I'll again send one more. The second list of companies. After the 3rd month, I'll send one more stating that has he filed DPT-3. All the companies have they filed DPT-3 or no? All the companies have they filed video conference declarations or no? Have all the companies filed that MSME return or no? 3rd month I'll send. So 3 months you send, it's the job of one article clerk downloading 10 balance sheets from the ROC website, 10 into 120 rupees is a matter of 1,200 rupees. One article clerk is feeling so happy that he's adding valuable work and doing fantastic work. He's talking to his friends. Office image has gone up. Motivation of employees has gone up. Some unknown client knows about you. An unknown investor is aware about you. And next time when he's opening a company, or next time when he wants a due diligence, next time when he has got a tax problem, whom will he call? It's pretty clear. I've never asked for work, sir. Point number 14. Now, when I go to a client or any of you do this, many of you would not participate in this excellent initiatives of QRB, FRRB, or even the peer review. These are the links of the peer review board and QRB board and peer review board. Now in QRB, one, it is financially a viable thing because QRB needs good qualification and you're getting paid $150,000 per QRB. But mind you, what is the beautiful thing in the QRB is you are going to an AFUR, that is another chartered accountancy firm, seeing his working papers, seeing his files. How is this guy maintaining the files? How did he get these claims? And that is a huge amount of knowledge acquisition. Next time when I go to a client, I tell, I did QRB for one of the largest companies in India. I did financial review reporting board of one of the largest balance sheet for India. I am a peer reviewer, I do work. If that is there in my profile, a client will look at me in a very, very different way. Oh, this guy is doing work at that level, is it? No, this is where institute needs you. You get paid for this. Peer review, you get paid. QRB, you get paid. Of course, it's your personal decision. You can donate it back to the benevolent fund because all professionals are doing well. You can donate it back to the benevolent fund. But having said that, this is a good opportunity to work. Look at this beautiful thing. In the left side, I call something called target segment, niche and microscopic segment. Madhukar, you would like to add something, sir?
I think you're going well. Continue. I've got a few things. Unless you want a break, then I will take something. Otherwise, you continue.
I'll get some coffee in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. At that time, I'll request for a short break.
Yeah, you can do that.
So if you see the synagogues, if you see what is the microscopic target market we need to see, most of the synagogues are Jews. I'm not being religious here, sir. Money is only one religion for us. They have a lot of money. Most of the large corporates in the world are controlled by Jews. And they're a profession, they're a community which are growing fabulously well. Now, synagogue is something, if I can go to one synagogue, it's very complex. If I learn doing work for a synagogue, I can do one more synagogue. I can do one more synagogue. I can do one more synagogue. And that synagogue helps me to get 150 of them. And they pay in USD. And I'm doing their US returns. Example, it's this one beautiful chartered accountant who has done this. He's having a revenue of 8 to 10 crores only out of this. With a margin of close to 50% with only 30 people. That means 6 crores of profit for 30 people is an amazing thing. But he has done effort. He has studied what is a synagogue. He has gone to US, met synagogues. He has gone to Israel, met synagogues. He has written LinkedIn posts about this. He has done free work on synagogues. He has developed tools to serve them. He has spent 1 year or 2 years in one synagogue. Now he does 100 of them. I was checking out this great clips. It's a barber shop. It's a chain of barber shops. And barber shop needs accounting, sir. Everybody needs accounting. So if I can look at Lakme in India, everywhere there is Lakme stores. Can't I develop something where there is this Limelight stores in South India, which is a salon, very nice up-end salon. Can I develop something in one Limelight store, which can be a Power BI, which can be a top-end report, and can I tell them, look, I can, or a mobile app. You can do today a mobile app in artificial intelligence in no time, or a bot. Bot can be done as per the AI course in 20 minutes by a chartered accountant. I don't know anything in Excel. I don't know how to operate Excel, but I could do a bot. So if I can go to something like a Lakme or maybe a More store or a Big Bazaar store or any of this, of course, those are big stores. I look at small stores which has got 100 stores and tell them, I have developed this app. I'll show it to you as a free sample for 2 stores. I'll experience it and do it across. If you look at Indian Oil Corporation or Shell, they have the small stores in Shell petrol bunk. There are more than 3,000 stores. Who is serving them? Can't I consolidate something like this? Now, the right side is a sororities. It is a place where only women meet in universities all over the world. It's clubs. If I can do work for one club, what is the benefit of this is replicatable. If I learned once, now if you do a tax audit of a mining company and then you go to a tax audit of a FMCG company, then you go for a tax audit of a software company. Every time you have to reinvent your wheel. You have to change your process. You have to change your risk mitigation policies. You have to change your tools. You have to change your training. You have to have right type of resources. But if I only do barber shops, I have only one type of tool, one type of Excel, one type of MIS, one type of reporting, one type of training for employees. I can keep replicating like a McDonald's to do 15. Microscopic. To do 16, Institute has come up with a new guidelines, formal networks, referral networks, and network for mutual affiliation. Networks do work. No, do I have got experience of working in 3 networks. It really helps. If worst situation, if nothing works, now the Institute as President Sir was telling the international guidelines are also going to come and the reports were also available in many places. Nothing works. I'll go to Spain, have a holiday and come back. Either way we go abroad. I'll as well go abroad for a network meeting and come. I learn work, I experience new work, referrals are fabulous. So formal and international networks are very, very vital. And now the Institute has also come up with alliance model, very good model. Legally registered facilitator. It can also go in as a LLP. Each of our firms can be independent. So what the Institute has done it, you can create an alliance of Guru and Jana, for example, in Bangalore. Madhukar Hiregange in Bangalore, all over one country. Madhukar has got offices today. And maybe Rakesh sir in Cuttack, who introduced me. Three of us will have our own practices. Gurujana will become a member of the AOP. Madhukar's office will become a member of the AOP. And Rakesh will become a member of the AOP. And Institute has told we can represent that we are totally already 40 partners. We have a team size of 2,000 people. Institute has allowed us to do that. Fee sharing is allowed. Collaboration of non-audit assignments is allowed. Flexible membership, you can join in and you can join out anytime you want. And governed by ICA. Now, when we have models like this, we need to build models around this. To do network and lead firm, I've just given some slides, but I have too much to cover because I need to look at least another 13 theories in the next 30 minutes. Then I'll open it for Q&A. Rakesh sir, any Q&As have come already or not yet? No, I think he's not here or he's muted. Let me go through. No, Madhukar, you are muted.
CMP officers will tell you this.
Okay.
Our tech team will tell you.
Tech team will tell. Okay.
You can tell us
tech team,
how
any
many
questions
people
are
on.
Sir, we have 20 plus questions till now.
Oh my God, then I'll speed up. I'll take the questions because that is important. Point number 19, if you look at the most of the firms are suffering today because of consolidation. Client is mine, client is yours. I'll talk about this in a little while, how to structure your partnership deed.
Guru,
Sorry.
can I interrupt you?
Yes, please.
See, don't hurry. You're going fantastic. If required, we will call part 2.
Beautiful.
But stop at a logical time, because if you answer the questions, you will find that you will directly solve the problem of that number of people who are there. So we can have a part 2. You
Wonderful.
give us your time, we will have a part 2.
Understood.
So don't hurry to, because I think you're going wonderfully well.
Thank you, Madhukar. So if you are going to base partnership firms, telling that the client is mine, client is yours, you will take away my client and go, that becomes impossible for us to grow. If you see most of the concepts, many of us think a partner of a firm only can share profits. Institute has allowed that if a partner retires, a chartered accountancy partner in my firm, if he retires, he can continue to be sharing profits with us. Even after retirement, for 10 years, he can get share of profits of 8%, 10%, 5%, 6%. Now, how can we not get leaders? Retirement can continue, my share can continue. Second, if you have a partnership firm where 5 of you join together, and if you have a particular clause in the partnership deed that you cannot take any employees out of this company, you cannot take any client. If you take any of these clients, it is against the violation of code of conduct. Put one clause. Your firm has to survive, not you. No, nobody can dare to exit the firm because it's a code of conduct issue. And I'll tell you this personal experience of the right side border, concept of merger of firms in ICAI. Unless I experienced it, I was thinking it is a farce. I thought it is a stupid thing. What nonsense is this? Merger of private limited companies, I've heard. What is this merger of firms? I went to the Institute portal. There was a simple form. We had 2 firms. One was Gurujana and one was Gurujana Associates, because we were sitting in 2 separate cities. So we wanted to merge both the firms. The form is a simple one-pager. We all filled up the form in 10 minutes. All of us signed it because it had to come from branch 1 to branch 2. We uploaded in the institute on Monday morning at 10:15. And you will not believe it, sir. 11:15, I got a notification on my email. I thought some notification has come from the institute. They would have found out 10 mistakes. They would have told this is not okay, that is not okay. Let me see it later. I didn't bother. 2 o'clock, I got free. I opened it. It has got the approval of the institute. The same happened. We wanted to convert ourselves to an LLP. I filed the form on Monday. Of course, I didn't call anybody. It's just a website form. I filed the form on Monday. Monday night, I was anticipating, because of already the merger of firms has happened. I was anticipating, ye log kuch kar lenge jaldi jaldi. They didn't do anything Monday night. And actually, it was not even Monday night, sir. It was Friday. Friday night. I didn't, Friday, nothing happened. And institute doesn't work on Saturday, Sunday, then let us see Monday. Saturday morning, I got the approval. NOC came in Saturday morning, 10 o'clock, it is sitting in my desk. So things do happen, sir. QRB has been a beautiful experience. In fact, I didn't put the slide of DCCM and AQMM. Just download the DCCM and do it. It can give you a direction of your technology. I'll tell you my personal experience. When I did the DCCM first time, I was around 120 points out of 400 odd points. Second year, 150. Third year, 200. Fourth year, I reached 400. It took 4 years to reach the DCCM points. So AQMM also was the same thing. It was not easy. AQMM took 3 years to reach there. But now it is yielding business results. Now you tell, what is the use of DCMM? Now I can go and tell the client I'm a SOC 2, I'm a ISO 27001, I'm a DCMM, I'm a AQMM. If that is there in the profile, and in my profile, if I have, I'm in QRB, I'm in FRRB, I'm in peer review board. Now, where is the question of telling I'm a tax expert? Everybody are tax experts, sir. No negative about that. All of us do tax. To do 20. ICA guidelines are very easy. 2 or more firms can combine to one firm. Old firm cease to exist. A new or existing firm is retained. 30 days you have to file the forms. All partners join the firm, merge firm. Seniority is based on the oldest firms. Professional work and claims move to the new firm without even changing ADT1. You don't have to file ADT1 again. You don't have to have AGM again. You just have to send a mail. Look, boss, I'll be using this firm number going forward. Matter done. But sir, please beware of that bottom one, which is very vital. It cannot be a visiting card merger. I have seen firms where there are 40 partners. And I tell, what are you partners? We are partners. We apply for C&H. Now that is not growth. A C&H audit will pay you 50 lakhs. But imagine if 40 partners really become partners. Where would your firms be? 40 partners can be as big as MNC firm. So that visiting card firms, this type of Nautanki firms, it can maximum give me 2 cars more. But it's not going to build a legacy. We can't build a large firm with these visiting card adjustments. I'll have my own practice, I'll have that practice. So that becomes very difficult. Merger has to be like marriage. Heart and soul has to match. It cannot be telling that I have my girlfriend in this house, I have my wife in this house. That won't work. Society would not accept that. Heart would not accept that. Conscience would not accept that. This is this website called Screener. All of you know there are 1,000 websites like this. There's no big deal. But are we using it? Now I have a jewelry shop. We do audit of this jewelry shop. I have the schedule 3 of this jewelry shop. I went to the schedule 3. I took the schedule 3 and went to this website. It has got 1,000 details. This is only one screen. I've got more than 25, 30 screens in this own thing. It has got 1,000 details of this top jeweler companies. Titan, Kalyan, PC, Ethos, Rajesh Exports, Tangamail, thousands of details. We just did one thing. I told one of the articles, sit with the client's schedule 3, compare that to this, take an average of all these companies, compare with this and that and send it to him. Look at the multifaceted advantages. Client is shocked. Wow, ye bhi hai kya? How is this possible? And like that, I can download the balance sheets of other private limited companies, compare and give it to the client. It's going to cost me 2,000 rupees and one article assistant's time. Now, a jeweler, if you go back to him and tell, sir, last year aapne to 2.5 lakh diye the, is baar 3 lakh de do, he will come and tell, nahi, महंगाई hai, wo hai, ye hai. Last time only you asked increment. Saal ise kaise chalega? Nautankies will start. Now, when you give values like this and build up and tell the clients, this is what it is. Now, many times, even you can send this on a one-on-one basis. Institute has never told you don't have to send on a one-on-one basis. There is a CFO of a large company. I prepared a spreadsheet. I don't send a mail. Send a beautiful docket. Design it well. Let it look nice. Let it be a card. Write a handwritten letter. Send it to the CFO. I thought of sending this. I liked your company. I thought of sending this to you. Hope it is useful. Or again, after 2 months, send one more. Again, after 6 months, send one more. Stop it at that. You don't even call him. He'll call you. So this is what is going to give your existing clients, new clients. This was a very interesting thing. So in case we need to grow firms, we also need to invest. Unless you invest capital, small, not big. For our discussion, assume 10 lakh is good enough to build practice of 3 crores. 10 lakhs you invest, but what is required is your time. Invest your time on thinking, invest your time on learning, invest your time on books. Look at this example. This was found in Amazon. It's a company called Uppliance. What is this Uppliance? There is an artificial intelligence tool which has got a small cooker, electric cooker. There is a screen which could be an iPad screen. And based on that cooker, I just see my battery. Is battery okay? Battery is okay. So based on this cooker, I checked out their balance sheet. I means one chartered accountant. Somebody, I'm giving an example. He checked out his balance sheet. Balance sheet, they had a lot of cash drain. They were not doing great because it's a new company. They have not done well. Then he went to this book called PitchBook. PitchBook is a US company where there are data about thousands of investments done by thousands of VCs, thousands and thousands of VCs. Now, what they did is in PitchBook, he went and sorted out which of the VCs have invested in artificial intelligence FMCG home. He searched, of course, it takes some time, one day of a CA or one day of a senior article to search. Then he found out 8 VCs. All the 8 VCs he wrote and sent this balance sheet and told this client also, I want to send your balance sheet to them. Do you think you're open? He was okay. All the 8 VCs didn't respond. Again, he sent one more after 1 month. 3 days response came from 2 of them. Now for that investment, he is doing the shareholders agreement, he is doing the FCGPR, he is doing the valuation, he can do the ESOP structuring, he can do the FDI approval, he can become the internal auditor, everything he can become. If nothing works, at least you have tried to learn something new. You did something new. There is energy in the office, there is joy in the office. People are telling, हमारा office में कुछ नया कर रहे लोग. We are not just doing GSTR 3B. 2A reconciliation पक गया पूरा. कुछ नया कर रहे. Now like this, if you pick up some 120 companies, 30 companies, fix up 10 meetings in US, fix up 5 meetings in Japan, go to these companies and tell them, look, India has got this potential. India has got so much out of this. We have the largest mobile population in the world. We have the largest internet population in the world. This is what I thought it will be useful to you. Yeah, okay, nothing happened. I saw Palo Alto, I saw San Francisco, enjoyed the weather, saw the penguins and saw the sea lions and came back. So be it. 5 lakh kharcha hua, 5 lakh kharcha hua. I saw it, came back. But trust me, if there are 8 VCs and they want to come to India, they'll not go to anybody else. They will somehow search back wherever who is this guy who came and met me 4 years ago? And that's how business builds up. This is simple one. There are 1,000 websites which are available here. Many firms are ethically very strong. Many firms are ethically very, very strong. They don't do retirement ho gaya audit ka, I'll give it to somebody else, of my known friend. They don't do that. They're professional firms are professional firms. Now we need to keep an eye on which of the firms which are Indian firms are retiring. If there is an Indian firm and they're retiring on this firm, how many partners are there? When are they retiring? Is there a possibility for me to become the statutory auditor of this company? Now, how do you become the statutory auditor? At the time of retirement, the CFO or the board of directors or the audit committee will search for new people. Let your name come out somewhere. This is to-do number 21. To-do number 22. Look at this strange thing, sir. Turnover criteria in a tender is kept like this. Minimum average turnover of the bidder for 3 years is 150 crores. Estimated bid value is a huge bid value. Bid details, if you click there, you'll get the bid details. There's a government of Maharashtra tender. The tender was issued by the Maharashtra State Police. The estimated bid value was 837 crores. This interested. This was quite curious. This is, of course, a cyber security project, not related to a chartered accountant. This interested me. I started going into seeing what are these tenders, who are bidding for these tenders. There are more than 500, 600 tenders where the value of the tender is 100 crores. That could be turnover of 3 firms put together. 100 crores is not a small turnover. Now in these tenders, if the turnover criteria is something like this, experience of using customized litigation management software. That is the first experience they are seeking in the eligibility criteria. Developed by self. I should not use a SaaS model. I should use it developed of the company or firm. And they've added or of the same network. That means what are the things? State Bank of India, we should have a customized litigation management software. I can't go to outside tool and buy that tool. I should self-own it. I should develop it on my own. I should be a firm or a network. Now, who will come in this? Only few people will come in this. Now, this is a pure thing for doing GST computation, TDS computations, TCS related work. How many firms would not have the competency to do this? Section 194, half of you or 90% of you will tell orally now. 192, you will be able to tell, write commentaries about it. But we have to appreciate that our beautiful knowledge of our tribunals, our beautiful knowledge of taxation laws or TCS laws are not helping us at all. What is helping us? Am I having a litigation management software? Is it developed by me? I can also go stretch of imagination. Excel is also a software. Yes, I have done Excel. I have developed it myself. I have written the macros. I have used Power BI. I have used Python. 15,000 mein ho jata hai. Zoho development can happen in 1 lakh rupees. Even I have my own compliance tools. It is owned by me. Yes, it is owned by me. It is owned by my firm. I am eligible. So this is where we are making out a misstating that many cases it has happened where one chartered accountant observed this. He wrote to State Bank of India, sir, I think this is unfair. We are equally good in these things. Kya chahta hai, sir? Ek letter dalo. What difference it makes? Write to the audit committee. There are 8 people in the audit committee. Open the file of State Bank of India. You find their email ID. Write a letter. Write a personal letter. Send it to them. Write a handwritten letter. If nothing happens, they know your name. They know your visibility. They know who are you. They know there is a firm called Guru and Jana in Bangalore. Enough. I've already broken the barrier of branding. To do 23. Many of us fail here. I had a very interesting story. I read it when I was studying some things, and it was a beautiful thing of Puttaparthi Sai Baba, one of the greatest saints of India, a god for many of us. And he had, one of his confederates had written a note. They used to tell the ashram will accept donations. Condition 1. Condition 2. Baba should accept donation, then only we'll take money, otherwise we'll not take money. Then third one, everybody will make an application to donate. Out of that, they'll choose only 2. Those 2 will be given an opportunity to donate. Now, what is it for us to learn here? How are we positioning our firms? Jo bhi aa gaya le lo. It would never help us to grow business. In fact, if you want to increase your fees by 10%, 20%, very, very easy. Out of 100 claims, drop 10 of them. Just be seeing how will you get another 30. I'll promise you on this seminar. And unless we take this position later, should I accept the client at all? We are bending head over heels, bending backwards to accept a client. I know one chartered accountant, excellent human being. I call him Bhishma. He is like that in my life. He used to write a proposal, and he tells, okay, I'm going to write a proposal. I'll also tell you how to do it in the proposal itself. For writing the proposal, you pay me 10 lakhs and adjust it if you give me the job. Because with that proposal, you can go and get the solution elsewhere also. Now that is position. Now that is where we need to there. Client weeding is very vital. Client acceptance is very vital. Just start removing your top 20 clients who don't give you any work. So if you see your client base also, if you sit down with your, none of us see our balance sheet. We don't analyze our segment analysis. From where is money coming? Where is profits? We keep cursing the same thing. This guy is there from 10 years. He's not giving any increase. Useless fellow. We send him off, no? If you send him off, bandwidth is freed. Energy comes into the office. Clients know what is your value. Just be seeing how you can increase your fees so easily. When I started profession, we used to charge 40,000 rupees for a incorporation. Today, if you charge 3 lakh rupees, people are willing to pay. There is a market for that. You have the coffee in Taj at for 800 rupees, you have coffee in Shanti Sagar for 80 rupees. Everywhere there is a market. Not that all of us should go to Taj. Our positioning may be, I have a chartered accountant who tells I only will do distressed companies. That is a specialization. That is his positioning. I'll only do companies which undergo rates. I'll not do anything else. I know one chartered accountant who's a fantastic human being who does only work of disciplinary cases. I'll not do anything else. No, that is positioning. If you do a simple study, of course, I prepared this slide a little earlier. There are in excess of 520, 550 VC funds in India. All put together 700 PE funds in India. Not more than that. 1,000 are close. And law firms, corporate in Calcutta, assume a law firm. How many corporates are there in Calcutta? 20 corporate law firms. I don't think there would be 20 Amarchand Mangaldas, 20 Nishit Desais, 20 J. Sagar Associates. How many law firms are there? Now we need to understand who is my customer. I've used the word customer here by design, not by accident. Because our mindset has to think like business development. Who is my customer? Business development cannot be done. Code is telling, absolutely fine. But do you know who is my client? Is my client, suppose I have a client of a VC fund. A VC fund is normally having only 8 people, not more than that. Out of 8 people, I just need to meet one of them. Each VC fund has got in excess of 70 or 80 portfolio investments. If you have a 700 people organization, one VC fund, if he gives you 50% of your work, you can't do anything. You can't handle the work. Where are we talking about business development? You'll end up telling, "Arey nakko baba nahi de do. Jyada ho gaya." Now you need to see who is your influencer. Is your influencer the startup community? Is your influencer the investor? Is your influencer the VC? Or is your influencer the auditor of the startups? Who are the auditors? Maybe one of the MNC firms is the auditors of the startups. Now, if his margin has to go up, the MNC firm should definitely know the quality of accounts has to be very good. Otherwise, his margin is dead. Startups don't do work properly. Now, why are you telling Big Four only are taking all the job? Why don't you tell the Big Four, look, all my clients, the data is fantastic. It is in OneNote. I have a dashboard. I have high governance. I have a data room. Why don't you do audit of mine? Now, when he does audit, next time when he goes somewhere else, obviously he'll tell boss, this guy is not doing a good work. Why don't you refer it to the other firm? And it's so easy to build this practice. You just need to be focused. Extremely high level of focus and you reach there. 25. What is the org chart of your company? This is related to point number 5. Point number 1 and point number 5 are very related. I'll come to point 1 when I come to point 5. So what is the internal branding? What is the internal branding is we are worried that आजकल articles नहीं आ रहे. अरे articles क्यों आएंगे? They have 100 choices. And what is there special in your firm that article should come? Now, that means the entry has to be good. Now, you are going to a hotel where entry is good, where the decor is good, where everything is good. Now, if an article has to come here, you have to do internal branding. You can't just be telling, if article comes, we give them good exposure. That is very late. If a chartered accountant joins me, I'll give you very good exposure. If a partner wants to be partnering with my firm, I will give him good share of profit. वो आने के बाद है. But what is the entry point? So the moment an article comes, suppose assume this situation, I pay 200 rupees and tell, upload your resume here. He uploads in a tool. As soon as he uploads in the tool, the AI tool is taking the entire data of his resume and putting it in a format in front of him. Then the person, chartered accountant, article assistant, will be told, press next. He presses next. Then there is a lady talking to him and telling him, I am going to repeat a paragraph of section 56.210. I'll repeat it. Whatever I repeat, please type in this next box and submit it. So that artificial intelligence tool will come until section 56 bracket 2 bracket 10 or section 184 of the Indian Companies Act, something they'll tell. That will be a 2 minutes video. That 2 minutes video, the person will see it and very urgently he's sitting and typing, pat, he's typing. Then he will tell him, the HR will call you for an interview. Now that guy is having 2 interviews, but he is waiting for your interview. You don't have to wait for him. He's waiting for his interview because there is something new for him to see. Then HR does the interview. Now, if you tell a person, whenever anybody is coming, there is a walk-in, you can come and drop your resumes in my office and go. कोई नहीं आएगा इसमें. ये सबके ऑफिस जैसे है. कोई नहीं आएगा. So employees quit. It is given. Nobody employees will quit. They have to mind their own career, sir. If you are paying them 30 lakhs, they'll stay with you. If you are paying them 25 lakhs, they'll stay with you. If you are paying them 15 lakhs, they'll stay with you. Who will not quit? But at the same time, if my systems are so beautiful, if you take that OneNote example I told you in To-Do 11, if everything is uploaded, if everything is systematic, if there is a checklist, I can relieve an employee in 2 days with a smile. I can give him a hug and tell, my darling, you can go do all the best in your future. Just be mindful of the statement, sir. I'll tell you with my personal authority, 15 to 20% of your work comes from employees who have gone with happiness. 50% of your brand is ruined because of the employees who have gone with unhappiness. Systems can ensure he can move in 1 day. Then patriots versus loyalists. Now, if you take an organization, 500 people are there. All 500 are important. Nobody is less important. A member is a member of the organization. Only because of him, I am alive. Without him, I don't have food to eat. Now, a simple thing when I do patriots versus loyalists is out of 100, can I concentrate on 40 people? These are the 40 people where I'll give my personal time. I will help them grow. I will mold them. I will give them interesting work. Because these are the people who are going to stay with me, not all the 500. The balance 300, 460, as long as they stayed, they served the organization. Beautiful. Thank you for staying with us. But he will move on. I can't concentrate on all of them. I'll pass here for a second's time and tell something very nicely done. Recently, we had a beautiful experience. Our HR came and told Guru that values session in the induction is very boring. Nobody is listening to it. So you are talking as if it is a moral science class. Nobody is listening. Then one more article came and gave a beautiful idea. Guru, can we do one thing? Why should we do a session at all? Can we create Instagram Reels? Today is the world of Instagram. So we launched a contest telling that let us have Instagram Reels for the all values of the office. In 3 days, we got some 200 Reels, each of them explaining the values in such fun, such joy, such energy in the office. Now, if anybody comes for induction, we just tell them, become the member of this Instagram. Please mind it, it has to be a closed Instagram. Otherwise, institute ethics can be a difficulty. It has to be only for the members of the organization. So you just tell them, okay, you go through the values of the office in the Reels. Reels khatam ho gaya. Instagram ho gaya, modern office ho gaya, style ho gaya. People will stick on. Make a partner program is very vital. When any junior joins, he needs to know how does he become a partner. He cannot become a partner just because he's Guru's son, just because he's Madhukar's son. Every person needs to know how do I become a partner. Today's technology is so easy, sir. We can have profit and loss account for every employee. You know what is the sales he has done. A percentage of the sales can be attributed to him. Your contribution in the audit is 40%. Put the total of that in 1 year. Put his salary cost, his P&L account is ready. There are tools available for that free of cost. So these are the things we should do inside the organization. Look at the partnership structures, sir. Madhukar, I'll just sip tea for 1 second. My throat is getting parched. Oh,
Go ahead. You can have one more sip if you want.
You know, Madhukar, when I was having this, we have this strange looking cups. And when a client comes, we ask him whether you want sugarless or sugar. If he tells I want sugarless, there is another color. If I tell I am sugar, this is the red color with sugarless. A simple method, but the client is already thinking, "Arey, system such hai iska office mein." So we are in a world of perception. Perception is reality today. Now, P&L account based, who got the sales can be the most horrible thing any person can structure your firm. After some time, I'll tell you, LinkedIn has given me at least 20 clients. where I just write an article. Yeah, it is a luck. Nobody, if you write 100 articles, you don't get. It's a luck. Or somebody just calls you through the website and gives you a claim. You were there in the office that day. You picked up the call, you served him. How did it become your claim? You met somebody in a wedding and he told, I'll come and meet me. You met him by chance. How did it become your client? So the firms where you tell you are going to base it based on claims, ye mera client hai, tera client hai, firms can never grow. It will never grow. That is how you see in the Indian context, there are thousands and lakhs of firms, but growth is not there for everybody. Let us assume the client goes, we are not good in work. Be good in work, clients will stay with you. I did more social media. Clients don't come by your YouTube channel. Bada do, 100 YouTube channel dalo. Who will see? You will forward your YouTube to your friends. And that fellow is also chartered accountant. He will click. You will forward to the family. Kitna like milega? 100 likes. What is the point of doing this? And the third one is never do this. I am the face of the organization. Now, Madhukar has built a large organization. But if Madhukar is not there, the organization should tell, I don't know who is Madhukar, I'll go to another partner. No, that should be, if the organization is based on Madhukar's face, becomes, of course, it will be a face. For a long time, it will be a face, but at one point of time, it has to go down. And your profits cannot be based on who is the client. There are thousands of activities. Who is doing business development? Who is doing HR? Who is doing office management? Who is doing strategy? Who is doing work? You may get the client, kaam kaun kar rahe bhai? I'm sitting and doing tax audit full night. You went to the wedding and just picked up a card and picked up a client. That doesn't mean you get 80% of the profit. So it is only the fact that how big is our pie and not how big is my share. What is the additional organization role each partner can take? You can't just be an audit partner. You have to take some other role. If the getting clients is the largest matrix, that is the biggest risk any firm is getting. Only employees in large MNCs will have to do sales. Large MNCs is a brand pull. Because of the brand, people go there. They don't go and sell their product 24 hours. 27. We all have seen shareholders' agreements. There are trusts. We do a temple trust. It is written that only this family should have the trust. Why can't we have a veto power in chartered accountancy firm? Why can't I have a veto power in my firm telling that any new partner approval should take my right? So don't structure the firm based on sales. You have a committee of 2 partners. Only these people can take a decision to borrow 1 crore and above. Otherwise, anybody can do what you want. You can't be telling only I should sign partnership letters, only I should sign audit report, only I should sign bank account. Oh, zamana gaya. You have to control the firm, no doubt. Control systems have to be good, no doubt. But you could do it through veto rights in your partnership deed. If any of you want your partnership deed, I can share my partnership deed draft. I'll be happy to share it. Send me a direct message in LinkedIn. I'll be happy to share it for you. So design a partnership deed in such a way that you will have to understand these 10 decisions only I can take. These 5, if it is a matter of character and ethicality, everybody talks. There should be one Krishna in an organization. You can't have 100 Krishnas. If it is a policy relating to a exit of a partner, if 8 of you join together and throw out one fellow, what is the protection we are giving? So partnership structures should have veto rights. 28, I have 2 more. We all do Schedule 3 audits. And we were taught when I was doing my CA, there used to be something called General Reserve Rules 1960 or something like that. They used to tell 10% of your profit should go and sit in General Reserve Rules. That was a cardinal principle. Even now, we tell reserves and surplus are a part of equity when you do your debt equity ratio. All sorts of things we do. But have you asked a question, what is the reserves and surplus for our organization? 100% 100% profit मिला, 40% आप ले लो, 40% मुझे दे दो, 20% उसको लेके चलो. What about the firm? Who will invest on the growth of the firm? Who will invest on strategy? Who will invest on business development? Who will the person who has got most money will only fund for salaries every time? No, we are doing so many advisory services to corporate. Your reserves are less. You need to think about depreciation reserve. We never think about that. No, suppose I have to replace 700 laptops in the next 3 years. That is a lot of money. There has to be a reserve in the firm. Where will I invest money for international network? If I have to hire a new partner and pay him 30, 40, 50 lakhs, 1 crore of rupees, where is the money? Everybody will tell, no, my share can't go down. And structure should be, partnership ratios has to be dynamic, sir. I know a CA firm in Coimbatore who tells partnership ratios should change on 31st of March every year based on parameters. Every year they change ratios. Partnership ratios are not just client engagement. There are too many other things. Partnership ratios are also based on how many leaders have you grown. I am a partner. I got 2 more leaders in the organization. I need to get better share. I have spent time on them. Partnership ratios are also on what new technology you got. Contribution can be many grounds. Partnership sharing ratios cannot be purely based on work done. Firms can never grow with work done. That can be done by anybody. Most important for all of you, this is a part of Gita. All of us think about strategies, everything. You need to reach a stage where you pull business, you pull colleagues, you don't go after them. That is only happening on 2 grounds. One, your organization subconscious mind is very strong. Everybody in the organization are thinking it is positive. Just think of an office where you enter the office and tell a karma hai, kaam nahi hai. A dirty office, they don't clean. Toilets galat hai. काम ही नहीं आ रहा है, no new clients, ढीला चल रहा है business. If the languaging is that, what business can we attract? Second, thoughtfulness comes from thoughtlessness. Unless we have some thoughtlessness, you can call it prayer, you can call it temple, you can call it meditation, you can call it what you want. Doesn't make a difference. But unless we have some good practices which are in our Indian philosophy, trust me, organizations can become 10 lakh people, 1 lakh people, but there is no soul in the organization. If you need a soul in an organization, it's going to be very, very vital. Thank you for the time. This is my LinkedIn. You can just put Guru Prasad M and type Guru Jana. You should be able to find. Now I'll minimize my spreadsheet and open it for questions. How to minimize this?
Now, sir, we will take the questions.
Stop sharing. I stop, sir.
Now
I
we
will just
start
add a few.
question.
Sorry, sir.
Okay.
Madhukar sir wants to add.
I think I will also give a feedback along with the sharing. The feedback is this. Now, I have, all of you know, I have also built a very big firm. But let me tell you, I got today not less than 10 new ideas. New. That means I have never thought of this. Number one. Number two, I am very, very happy that there are some ideas which we had tried, let me say, we had tried to implement in our firm, which had not got done. But if the partners now see the video of Guru, those 10 things, they will themselves do it. So it's a wonderful value addition for me. To add to what Guru said, a few things only. There are some, what you can say, similar things. Up to the age of 42, I had a fairly unsuccessful proprietary firm. After that, we grew. So where did we, what change happened? If I can add it to what Guru has said, what I did is I started by serving our employees. And that is why no place where we put up an office, we have any problem with articles. We attract the best. The rank students of that particular state join our office. I am not talking about, the people who have failed number of times. Of course, we pride ourselves on taking people who have failed number of times, and many of them are my partners. I myself am a failed CA, but I have grown. Serving the clients next. You would have seen at least 20 of the points which came in his 27 or 29 points presentation were related to how to delight the client, how to serve the client better, value to the client. So this also what we say, serve the client. Then the client serves you. He refers work, He gets you enough things. One more thought process which you might have caught in what he said, certification. Many of us don't certify. Of course, this may be for the little bigger firms, but certainly certification helps. Every firm should have a differentiator, like he gave many differentiators when he spoke. Differentiators can be anything. In our firm, one of the differentiators was no bribe policy. Bribe is not negotiable. Why did we do that? We did it because many of the firms, substantial number of firms, used to manage things. So we said we will not manage things. It was not anything. It was a very big differentiator. How can you do it? Is the question. And then our articles would explain how we are doing it. Not Madhukar. My articles will tell you how we do no bribe. So this became a very big differentiator, and the number of people who are selling this is about 500 now. Every employee knows that, and they know what we do. Another thing is you have to have non-negotiable things, like he said, quality, ethics. What is your differentiator which is useful to the client? Now, many clients have Anti-Corrupt Policies Act applicable, Foreign Corrupt Practices Act applicable to them, and most of the MNCs will have it. So if you say, you declare that we don't bribe, we don't even discuss bribe, we'll get it done, that's it. These type of things become a very good differentiator to attract work. One of the things is that in our firm also we have focused on this with all leaders, is be a net giver. Most of the time we are only taking from our clients. Look at giving to the clients. Most of the time we are thinking of taking from other professionals, give to the professionals. So if you see, I have around 800 chartered accountants who work with me. These are all the people who are giving work to me, but I have given them something in this starting. So be a net giver. In any transaction, let the other person benefit a bit more. Helps in partnership, helps in retirement. Guru also made a very important point. Every employee who leaves your office is your brand ambassador. He is your marketer. He is also a person who, when he goes and becomes the CFO, accounts, even accounts manager, he will say, why are you going to that person? You can go to these people, they are far better, they'll add value to you. They will pay for their own advice. So I thought these are the few things to attract clients which I wanted to add. Guru, please go ahead and take all the questions. Before that, we will take your permission to share this presentation on our website. If you
Absolutely. Perfectly okay.
Please go ahead. Take the questions.
Okay. Now we shall take questions. First question is, sir, how to make growth in practice still like as stagnant?
Sir, can you please repeat, sir?
How to make growth in practice still like as stagnant?
Which is stagnant.
Which is stagnant.
Plateaued.
Sir, first and foremost, if you are plateaued, you have to see inside whether the energy in the office is down. Energy comes by giving new ideas in the office, new initiatives. Don't look outside, look inside. Don't clean the bottle from outside, clean it from inside. See your initiatives, see policies, see how work is happening. Are people able to take up new things? Don't even go for client development. Spend 1 year in cleaning your office. It can be
and delegation you can add.
Delegation, cleaning, delegation, process, technology, infrastructure, greenery, anything. And then only think about non-stagnation. Stagnation will bring some sort of a lipidity in your life, dullness in your life. Make the office vibrant first. Concentrate that for 1 year. Then implement some strategies.
Next question, sir. By doing work from home, being a senior citizen, how can I attract client and in which area of practice?
Sir, I'm not a senior citizen, difficult to answer, but I could tell you these things, sir. There are certain niche where you have to look at your experience. Because at a senior citizen stage, I don't like the word senior citizen because all of us are senior in profession, and you are young in mind. That is more important. Your young in mind is no. Madhukar is a senior citizen. In no angle, he looks like a senior citizen. He looks pretty much younger than me. So we need to look at what are the areas where your experience is valued. Let me give you some thoughts, sir. One experience is QRB, what I told. QRB needs experienced people who go deep into subject, understand it, and do it. And that could be a good initiative for you. Second thing is looking at audit committees. Try to go to audit committee. Audit committee minutes are there in the BSc. Audit committee minutes are there in the NSC. Contribute to the audit committees. People would look at, because of course there is a risk associated, but there could be an opportunity for you to look at that. Third, look at firms which are there where you can take up work of quality control. Because everybody is running behind deliverables. As soon as 20th comes, I want to file my returns. 30th September, AGM kar do, jaldi kar do, you didn't nikalna hai. Because now that less of UDIN happened 60 days, I was opposing that. I would wish UDIN could never be extended for this SQC period. On that day, you have to extend UDIN. But those are the firms who can use your experience. How do we take these positions forward? So there are people who are struggling for people. Now, each firm would be very different. Now, some firms would like to have a lot of vibrancy, a lot of youngsters, a lot of Instagram reel people, a lot of Gen Z. That is the nature of firm. But there are some firms who only want experienced people. So there is enough opportunity, but only thing is try to look at agnostic from your location. Work from home is perfectly possible, but thousands of works are available on the net. You can study many balance sheets on behalf of companies. You can do social stock exchange work on behalf of companies, but look at where is your niche. Don't do 10 things, look at what is your niche.
Next question, sir. In small cities, non-CA consultant and fresh pass out CAs are preparing financial statement without having sound record and then charges much lesser fees. How to overcome this situation?
Sir, that is a beautiful market for you, sir. When Madhukar told, I was also relating very well. We had a policy like that, we will never pay back. And we had one more policy I can tell in public media and socially right now. If a client wants any adjustments in the balance sheet, we don't want to work with that client. Yeah, I'm a tax practitioner. I'll do tax planning. I'm not telling I'm a non-tax practitioner at all. I'll do tax planning within the purview of law. If he is expecting me to pass off a dummy entry, I would never do that. If the client goes, I'll send him out immediately. That is why in demonetization, we didn't get a single call. Not even one call we got. So you have a very good niche there. If people are doing at low rate, if people are doing at cheap rate, if people are doing all sorts of wrong, that means the market is wide open for you. There is a market for you. Only tap that market. Don't go in the market which is called a blue ocean strategy. There is a very beautiful book called Blue Ocean Strategy, sir. Don't go in that market. Even if you are in a small town, even if you're in a tiny town, it's perfectly okay. I know a practicing chartered accountant in Tirupati. Excellent chartered accountant. I mean, what a mind he has got and what talent he has got. His only service is, I will give you red signals. He'll keep watching companies and he'll raise the red signal until this is the red signal. That means you have to be, I'll raise the red flags. I'll see the extrapolation of data for the next 7 years. Now you're in a very good market. If people are doing it at very cheap price, you increase your price, I'll tell you. There is a market out of 1,000 clients, 5 clients want top quality service. Those are your clients. Don't go after the 1,000.
Next question, sir.
This is a very apt question for the CMP committee.
Yes, sir.
So I am talking only of a 2-tier or 3-tier city. I'm assuming that you have good internet connection. I think it's taken today in India. Number one, you must be already doing GST practice. You know little about GST. We have bought a GST litigation course, 6-day. Please ask your nearest branch to conduct this course. It is just like the GST course which we had conducted many years back. A wonderful material has been written. I still have to get the copy, but it's available from the last week of this month onwards. This course is available. Please ask somebody to do it. As usual, it is like our institute courses, very, very affordable. Second, we are going to come up, this has not come up. Second, we are going to come up with one which is called a super consultant to real estate. That means you know all the laws of real estate, and you have real estate people all over the country. Once you are known, your whole state will be within your purview because you know the local laws, you know the Stamp Act, and you have the connections for the other services of real estate. Again, this course is also going to come up, but maybe next month, July. We'll launch it next month. There is one more, MSME. We have so many MSMEs. Guru can also comment on this, but they are not properly supported. They don't know what are the benefits they get. They don't know how they should be doing something, how they should apply for a pollution control, how they can get land allotted at favorable rates, how they can get special benefits from the state in which they are, maybe industry, how they can get PLI. Today, PLI schemes are only applied by MNCs. Why MSMEs are not getting? Because we are not applying. We don't even apply there. So we want to get a MSME super consultant state-wise. So we are starting with Maharashtra because of the growth of the particular type of activity in Maharashtra. But after that, we'll come to the other states. Then we have one which is a low-hanging apple, which is the US accounting and tax, because the CPAs in US are decreasing, and the CPAs who are there are all old. Maybe Guru might have seen this. They are pretty old. They are all ready to retire. The next is, we have got a simple course called the Wealth Management course. Now, this senior citizen who was there, so-called senior citizen, of course, I also use the word senior citizen, but it's a joke. I can possibly do much more work than many 40-year-olds. But wealth management also, we have got a course. This is, I am telling only from CMP committee. Anything you want on this earth today, you can Google it. Go to Copilot, go to ChatGPT. You will get a course. At sometimes you might have to pay us a little, but remember, without investment, you can't expect to really get good stuff. So with this, I will stop this particular answer to this question.
The next question is, should fee be compromised to attract client? Otherwise, how to get client?
Sir, this I think already I answered in the presentation. Trust me, I am telling you with experience, the more you charge, the more your business grows. We guys are charging too less and we are doing cut the corners. Making adjustment money is not money at all. Clean money alone is money. Increase your fees, you will increase your practice. The lower you sell, you will not go to a doctor who is serving you for 80 rupees. You'll only go to a doctor who is serving you for 1,000 rupees per year. The more you charge, you get the better clients. I've experienced this in the last 30 years of my life.
Also, your own value. Go to Google, again, ChatGPT. How can I increase my value? Once you know what you are valued at, you will find it's very easy to say no to all these works which are being competitive. Next question. I think we have very less time.
Sorry.
Normally, 7 minutes.
Normally, I do work on concurrent audit of bank and financial institutions. Majority, is it good to concentrate on the same or to diversify to GST litigation or something of nature?
Sir, concurrent audits would not allow. So the three things which will never allow you to grow in your professions. Over dependence on empanelments. The empanelments will not allow us to grow ahead. Only if I get bank audits, I am safe. That would be a very wrong strategy in practice. In fact, you should tell, in fact, I said, I don't do bank audits. The strategy has to be, I don't want to invest my time in bank audits. Concurrent audits is risky, time consuming. None of your articles and staff want to go and sit in a bank or do that work because bank will not give access on your machines. You will have to go there. And it's not value addition, neither there is money. So my direct advice to you, or I can't even call advice, you are all senior people. My direct thought to you is stop doing all this work at all. Market is too big. India is growing like crazy. Just see the number of companies which are coming in. Concentrate on going to NetScaler, go to Head Start Foundation, go to Indian Institute of Management, go to incubation centers, go to accelerator centers, go to trade offices, go to trade commissions, go to embassies, instead of wasting time on this concurrent audits.
I agree totally. In fact, we have missed out on consultancy, Guru.
Consulting.
We have lot of experience. We know the companies. We can pick up and study any subject. The biggest advantage of CA. But we still we don't want to take that additional effort to get
Yeah.
expertise in our area. Consulting, look at the big fours. Each of the big four is not having income of less than 3 to 5,000 crores in India of only consulting. Each of them.
There was one very nice chartered accountant I met. He had developed a niche. He was telling there are not many North Indian family businesses growing. They are all parting. Bade bhaiya, bade papa chala gaya, then there is a concern. Chote papa chala gaya, there is a concern. They broke. I got one file. Then he has started this family arrangement structures. I referred him to clients. Fabulous structure. Each one is charging 10 lakhs. Selling per year, I am doing 7 or 8 family arrangement structures. Next one, sir. We have another 4 minutes.
How a new practicing CA can get client? What are the infrastructure required before opening a CA office?
You should watch this video fully.
Nothing else. Nothing
I
else.
don't
Sir.
think you should give that answer to that.
Yeah. And you don't even need an office. Why do we need an office today? Technically, laptop is enough. You don't need an office. In fact, I'll tell you one thing, sir. Don't have an office. Take a seat in WeWorks. Go and sit in WeWorks and work. For 20,000 rupees, you're getting a fabulous office, coffee, tea, biscuits free, events free. But only one clue I'll give is take Companies Act, take it to Income Tax Act books. Keep it next to you and sit and do browsing. That is enough business development available. You don't need to do anything else.
Next question,
You should
sir.
know, Guru, I have been sitting in office for last at home for last 4 years.
4 years, business is growing.
Yeah.
Next question, sir. Which are the areas where female CA can practice by handling other responsibilities as well?
Madam, I will only take the day when Sindoor bombing happened. That was the proudest day in my life. When the 2 lady officers stood there and talked. There's nothing called lady CAs or a women CA. Everybody have responsibilities. I have, in my organization, we have majority of the 50% of the partners are women. Profession is big enough. But as far as possible, as a woman, if you have other responsibilities, try advisory services, opinion-based services. PMLA consulting could be very, very good for you. PMLA would be an ideal area for consulting.
Next question, sir. How to rank my tag usage in my office? Is there any standard format which I can analyze?
Sir, I'm sorry, that word
Tech usage.
Tech usage.
Whether people are using technology
Tech
or not.
uses.
Sir, technology cannot be used by everybody. You'll have to make certain. See, what is happening today is there are 1,000 tools. Everybody are running after tools. Take this, mark my words, have any tool, everything works. The key is in implementation. Have 1 tool or 2 tools which will increase your profitability by 5% every year. Don't concentrate on 100 tools. Just go. It is not how many tools you use, how effectively you use a tool. That's all is the trick. Don't use so many tools. Just implement 1 good tool and see the impact on profits.
Next question, sir. Please elaborate on what should be the model for partnership profit sharing.
So that I already covered in the presentation. Don't make it on sales, but I've given enough of inputs. If you want a copy of the deed, just DM me in LinkedIn. Actually, that already got some 40 requests in LinkedIn, such as a nice thing. I was trying to start a series in LinkedIn called Banter Beyond the Buck. Just giving management ideas and how to run CA offices. I'll make more out of that. It may make a lot of value to the profession.
Yes, it does. I read every one of them, Guru.
Oh, lovely.
I also comment on
You comment, right? I know. Sir, one question.
I think we may have to stop.
Yes, sir, we stop. 3
These
o'clock
other
hours.
questions you may have to, if it's okay with you, you can give the commitment that you'll answer.
100% I'll answer.
Huh? You'll
100%.
answer.
You
It
send
will
me
be
the
sent in
questions,
Excel.
I'll send it to you.
It will be sent in Excel. You have to answer in Excel. Then they will send it to everybody.
Okay, sir. Thank you, Makam, sir, for insightful and highly relevant session. Your clarity on the subject has certainly added values to all of us. I request to all the participants to fill the feedback form. I thank to all the participants for joining the session. I am very grateful to the leadership of the ICCI for giving me an opportunity to moderate the session. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rakesh ji. How many people were there in the end, Rakesh ji? So that that is a very good parameter. We will also put these recordings in the institute.
Total number is 1172, sir.
Understood, sir.
1172.
Thank you.
Maybe the marketing side, Guru, there is some issue in the institute. So, like the mass mail went today morning at 11.
Yeah, I
So
saw
they
that.
will not have those people will have some other commitments, they cannot join.
Correct.
But your recording we will provide to them. What our office will do is, they will do a little of editing. Like wherever you mentioned, like my presentation also, there were some mentions which they would like to edit. The rest of it they'll upload.
Thank you. Good day.
Wonderful. Thanks a lot, Guru.
Good day. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.